bit of taking a leap there, we're quite ready for you then. But welcome to Iain Henderson Designs. I'm Iain. This is my studio based over in Bingley. As you just probably see, that's Chris behind the camera giving me a hand now. Chris, come and take a sit down and I want to chat through. We thought today being Father's Day, I'd like to concentrate on you guys, show you through some ideas what I would talk about as you came into the studio. Just before I start that, actually, let me talk about how we've kind of changed things a little bit for making it a little safer for people to come and see. So how I operate, I've got my studio is based behind my house, and I always get clients to park in the driveway. I'll come round to meet you, so all the doors are all open. Chris, look, pan around there, you can just see. So all the gates there will be all open, so you can come straight in, walk straight in, come to these chairs. You can sit down. I always ask you to do the hand washing first. Got some sanitizer out there. I'll do the same. And also Chris just put onto that one there. So this is a ring steriliser. So what we do is we get clients to come in, and then I will clean the rings in there, so that kills all germs on the rings, and that allows us then to touch them between us. And any rings we look at will then go back into the steriliser when I've finished, and then we'll get all cleaned again. So we set some measures in place, so hopefully everyone feels safe. We've had quite a few nurses and things in the last week or so, and they've kind of, I've asked them questions as well, and they're kind of quite happy with what we're doing, so it's good to let them know that as well. So back onto the gents rings. Now, for those people who might be to the high street, you might have seen that the gents really don't get a great shout, I don't think, at the rings. The selection you get is quite minimal. You're lucky if you even get this to look at in the high street. But for me, I've got in Chris on a pint there. This is my gent side. So this is all gent rings in here. So you can see we've got a lot of styles. We can do them on different widths, depths, and things like that. So it's more about a large selection. And the first question I always ask the guys is, tell me a bit about yourself. What do you do? What's your hobbies? What's your lifestyles? Because different metals suit different lifestyles. So, for instance, a lot of my friends are in the building trade. So I would say, rather than having a precious side like platinum, that you'd better in titanium. If you want to wear it every day, it's going to stand up to a lot of abuse. So titanium is much stronger than platinum. It's very lightweight, very, very strong. Like if you break your bones, they put pins in your body, titanium pins, also used in Formula 1, things like that. So it's a very strong metal, very lightweight. So I've got a few examples just out here to show you. So Chris, you want to just pan down onto this side for me, please. So again, classic kind of looks on the top. So plain ring with a matte finish. It's got a slight curve across the top, so it does generate a little bit of a polished, reflective look to it. So this is in titanium, 6mm wide. And that's like a good starting point. You can also have it in a polished finish. And this is a 7mm, a little bit chunky, so again we can play on the depths for you. So that's a 7mm wide, just in a plain polish. Now, like I say, if you were working on a building site somewhere you're going to get a lot of hands-on, now this has got a scratch finish. Now for me, if you're going to work in a building site, something like, it's going to get scratched to that very quickly, so why not start with one that looks like that? So quite a few clients have been in and I like that idea. So that's something we developed as a kind of a scratch finish, so it looks sort of worn in very quickly. And again, also on this one we've got like a hammered effect, and this has got the tapered edges. Now you don't have the tapered edges, you can make it flat as well, but the tapered edge for me gives a little bit more reflective, a little bit different. Again, the hammer's slightly a little bit different from the standard, but I think it's quite nice just to sort of give it a little bit more of an edge. I had a couple of guys last few weeks sort of liking that, just because it's slightly different but not going too different. And I've also just put one in here as well. It's got the same scratchy finish, but again it's got those tapered edges, so as the tapers are angled, it will then not get caught as much as the top surface for scratching, so it'll stay polished a lot longer. Now some people might like a bit of a bi-colour, so this is again titanium with rose gold, an inlay in there, so that's rose gold inlay. So you can probably see there's two little lines either side. That's to allow us to get the polish finish, but you can have that rose gold matte, you can have it wider, you can have it centralised, you can have two lines. Like I say, these are all of my ideas. It's more about you coming in, sitting with us, working out what you like, and then we'll make what you like rather than sort of picking off the shelf. If it works on the shelf, great. If not, then we like to get you guys involved, sit down with us and try some rings on. Across to the next one, we've got some engraving. So quite a few people like the engraving. This is on the outside, also can do it on the inside. But if you can see on there, this is done by laser graving, so it's really neat, precise. So it's really can go on the ladies' rings as well as the gents. Really reduced down scale, or we can scale it up. You can even do fingerprints. You're going to take a partner's fingerprint, or like the one under the thumb. You can have that on the outside, inside. So we can do that as well for you. Now onto a little one here. These have got basically, well, these are made in silver just as a sample idea, but on the inside, it's like you can see that's got rose gold, yellow gold. Now we kind of developed this one there because it's like an inlay on the inside. So we've had quite a few people want to use family rings. So you might have a family heirloom that you kind of sat there, might be your dad's, your granddad's, you want to use in the ring, but you maybe not like the colour yellow or rose. So we could actually, out of that ring, make a really fine sheet, and we could inlay that into the inside of the ring. So it's a personal touch for you guys. You know it's there, but when you're looking on top, it's on your finger, you can't see it. So a nice little personal touch. In fact, a client the other week, they wanted some engraving on the inside, and then to us to put the inlay over top. So we had it all done, took some pictures for them so they could see it was all done, and it's a very personal touch for those guys that no one else is going to see really, unless you show them the photographs. So that gives you a little insight into some of the titanium ones. Like I say, work really well if you've got a really hands-on job. You might like rock climbing, whatever, or gyms and stuff. They're a lot better than into platinum. And the price point on these is a lot less as well because it's not a precious metal. So it's a good one, and if someone's working to a budget, you can get very, very similar styles. So if your budget's a certain amount, then you kind of want to stick to that, then we can potentially use the titanium as another option to the platinum. So we're going to go across here and we're just going to look at some platinum rings. We used to do a lot of palladium as well, but palladium has gone sky high in price, and actually platinum it's a better metal for jewellery as it's denser, therefore it's stronger and weighs more. So for us, it's a better option. And I just hope that platinum does stay. It's about third cheapest now, so if it can stay there, it'd be fantastic. Works well on the ladies' side as well because you can make some really good savings at the moment. So again, polish. Sorry, Chris, come out there. Polish one. Traditional coat, that's 5mm wide. Now if you just get the titanium one, you can see slight difference on the titanium to the one. I can bring it on the camera, but virtually the same sort of look. So again, if you want to have a price point and you don't want to go to a budget, then we can use a titanium option for that. So your classic kind of polished look, and then again we've got the same into the matte. Again, very similar to the titanium, and we can do these different widths, different depths. So I've looked at the side of that's quite chunky, but we can also reduce that down. Obviously, reducing it down also brings the price down if you're looking in platinum. Now, another one we've done here is like the matte and polish. So I quite like the matte and polish look. So for me, having this idea, it's kind of I developed it because if you look, just this one here, Chris, I'm going to pull it up there, with the grooves in there. So they're actually grooves actually in the ring, so you can't really change the look of that. It's actually fixed. But this one, it's just sat at the top. There's nothing there. Just that we mark it from that. So you could have that matte section 3/4 way across the ring. You could have it a third. So you can play around this design. I get quite bored, so I've got about 10 wedding rings. So I appreciate clients don't want to do that. So this is a way I've come up with just working on the surface of the metal, and we can then play around with the finishes. Like for argument's sake, you might love that, but in 5 years you might go, actually, I'm bored of that design. So how about we take it just back to straight polish or a straight matte? Or you might go, well, I'll matte that side and polish centre. So it's a way I've devised of guys who maybe get a little bit bored and want to change things up a little bit, that this will wear off anyway, so you're going to lose that look. You can't keep it, unfortunately. It would make my job a lot easier if we could, but we can't. So your polish section, basically, we're taking all the scratches out to make a mirror finish polish, and the matte one, we're actually putting uniform scratches in to make the metal dull. So polish goes a bit scratch dull, and then your matte one goes a bit butt itself to a bit of polish. So that will just look the same over time. So you can come back in, we can just book some time in for you. You can sit here and we'll actually redo the ring, and you can have another design put on or the same one put on. It takes about 20-30 minutes and you can walk out the new ring again. So that actually shows that way around on there. Again, this has been proving very popular. This has got the tapered edges. I say one not step up from the classic for me, this, but I really do like the kind of tapered look and the matte centre. Again, if you've got both of the matte centre, we could then polish the whole ring. So later down the line, you could change that around slightly if you wanted to do. And then back onto the other one I was saying across there with just the edges. So this again has got matte either side with a small polish section, but so there's no groove, nothing like that. We just mark it out, and you can change that design around. And as I picked up the other one, so this is, like I said before, this has got two channels that actually recess into the ring. So the channels do get a little more protected, so they will stay polished a lot longer than they were on the other side because they're below the surface. So that's another idea there. And again, you can have 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines offset. It's entirely to you what you like to do. But I say that's more of a permanent fix. Then the same with this one. This has been a very good popular one. We just also put a channel in there again, so that just breaks the surface up a bit more. So some guys really love the fact Again, it's not too far off a classic, but it's not going too wild. Quite a nice little look on that as well. And then I'm into one of my personal favourites. This is rose gold with a platinum inlay. So you start with a rose gold ring, you machine out the centre, then you're sort of putting platinum into that, and then it's laser sold, so you get like a seamless join, which is good. We did try doing it a different way before, but this way is a better way. This one, again, you can have it different widths as well, but I just love the fact it's a very subtle look on the platinum, on the rose gold, sorry. You've got to look twice almost to catch it, which is kind of, I like that sort of thing. Now if you want a bit more sparkle, then you've got your baguette diamond set into here. And again, you've got that polished look and matte look, so we can change the surface around, but you've got diamonds, you've got rounds, squares, baguettes into there. So if you like some sparkles, you can do different colours. We do black, blue, green, diamonds as well, so there's a lot of different colours on there. I'm just going to pan across now, so that just gives you a bit of a flavour of some of the rings we've got in there, but also got a lot of choice into there. Also, if some guys want to match up the ring to the cufflinks, then we have some cufflink ideas that we can do. Chris, you want to just pan across those different styles there? You've got some titaniums that you can crystallite on now. They're all cut out of, and I'll pull one out when Chris goes along. That is out of one block of titanium, so it's cut out of a solid piece, which is really nice. And it could be all sort of pretty much tailored to what you want to do. Or you can have a silver one, which is further down here. Again, if you like that inlay one, that's the family gold. You could put a bit of family gold. Chris, just come back to that one for a second, please. One with the family gold in here, so that could be a part of your family gold on the other ring I was saying, so you can have it inlaid into some cufflinks. And you've got some of the silver ideas down there. You've got a couple of black diamonds on the end, just to show you some ideas on that one. So those are all made here, made by us. So again, you can then come and have a chat with us if you want to add those on. Again, we've got all the bigger selection here with all different planes, flat, curves, different widths, depths. We can look at all that with you as well. Now lastly, I just want to put something out there that, guys, maybe some of your friends are asking the big question. You know, they might want to propose to their partner, and they're kind of asking you ideas how you got your engagement ring for your partner. And as you all know, it's not an easy thing to do. It's very tricky. So I came up with an idea of a proposal diamond rather than getting the ring. And you kind of want to do that, and your partner goes, "Oh, don't really like that." You can't redo that, can you? You know, it's done. So I came up with a way of actually coming to us. You could get a stone, any stone you want. We've got different, don't have to be diamond, we can do sapphires, emeralds, rubies, whatever you'd like, your partner would like. Know what shapes you like. Come in, you could get a stone. You could then propose that stone. This is set into a glass capsule in here, so this all unscrews, so you can do that. Just be careful where you're taking it out, you don't want it dropping on the floor, but it's kind of nicely sealed in there. So we can do different sizes, diamonds. Again, it may be a case that you might prefer a bigger diamond so we can reduce the colour and clarity, or you might prefer a smaller one with a higher colour and clarity, and that'll all be the same price. We can play around with the size of the diamond, things to suit your budgets, and then you could come back in together, work with me, or you can sit back and sit in the chair and you can relax, and I'll do the hard work for you. You can gain all the brownie points, and you can sort of, I found it has worked a lot better, it's more romantic as a partner to come in as a couple and work this out. So that's worked out really well for clients. You can even have them engraved, so you might want to put on there, Chris, you see that one. So you just put a date on there, so you might want to do the marry me, do that, and you can come in and your partner can get it. And also we'll actually make the ring, the new ring, as you get, as a solid piece for your partner, and we'll discuss all that when you came in. But it's just an idea I came up with because I've got a few brides come up to me at wedding fairs and actually go, do you know what, I don't really like the engagement ring, but don't tell my partner's over there. What can I do for a wedding band? I thought, that's quite bad. How can I help the guys get this right? So this is a way we've come up with an idea of just proposing with the stone, coming back in, and then sitting with us to chat about that. And also, lastly on that one, we've got our boxes that are, these are all handmade in New Zealand, all from sustainable wood. These are new ones with the double rim box, which is quite nice, and you have it all engraved as well. Took me over 5 years to find these guys. I wanted something that represents me rather than the kind of mass-produced China boxes. So for me, looking at this, I instantly fell in love with it because it's more about what I do. Handmade, beautiful pieces. So you can choose either a double or a single ring boxes for your wedding rings. So I think that's just me for now. I think we're coming to our time. So I just want to say thanks to Alan and guys, Grant, for helping us do all this. It can help to showcase what we're about. Obviously, we've got a small studio based in Bingley. So if you want to come and see us, you're more than welcome. And we'd love to see you in the next coming weeks. Thank you very much.
You just had a couple of questions. What do you think about tungsten?